Hey everybody, Road Warrior Max, up here in the toy room, taking a look at some wrestling magazines and some Pro Wrestling Torch weekly dirt sheets and some autographs in some of these magazines. I still have my collection when I was a kid. Take a quick shot right there. I've been picking up a few on eBay the last few years, kind of complete my collection, or the ones that I misplaced over the years. And one of the WWF live shows I went to, this was August 31st, 1994, Brown County Arena, Green Bay, Wisconsin. I got pictures from that event too. I'll show at a later time. But the hotel was right across from the arena. So the wrestlers, a lot of the wrestlers would stay at that hotel. You could walk there. It was like 100 yards away. And that night, Ted DiBiase was in the hotel bar. And me and my brother got to meet Ted DiBiase. Got some pictures with him and stuff. But today we're going to look at the program that came with that event. And of course, I got his autograph. And there's Ted DiBiase's autograph and pen. And I talked to him a little bit. I remember having a conversation about there was two Undertakers at that time, and who I thought the Undertaker, the fake Undertaker was, but he said no, it wasn't that guy. I can't remember who I said, but yeah, we all talked to Ted. And ever since I've been watching wrestling since '89 or before that, I always knew that wrestling was a work. I always knew it was a work. I still loved it, but I don't know if my dad, told me or I just figured it out, but it wasn't hard to figure out that it was not real fighting. But so we all talked to Ted. We talked to him in '94 pretty openly that everybody knew that it was a work, but he was really cool. And there's his autograph and pen. He wasn't in this magazine, his picture, so he flipped through it and found that picture of Nikolai Volkov, who was on Ted's side at the time, so he signed it right there. And I was picking up some of these magazines on eBay, the ones I had when I was a kid, that I used to cut pictures out of them, hang them on my wall, and cut the covers off, hang them up. So I knew I had this one, and I wanted to get it back, so I found one on eBay. But the one on eBay, it said that it was signed by the Big Boss Man, and I was like, oh, I'll grab this one up. I know I paid $12 for this magazine, and open it up. It looks like Big Boss Man signed it right there, like a Sharpie. It's got a smudge right there. I'd like to send this in and get it authenticated. So I'm not sure. It'd be really cool if that was Big Boss Man's signature, which I looked online, and it definitely looks like his signature, but I can't be certain. That would be really cool if that was real. Definitely hang it on the wall then. I paid $12 for this magazine. You don't see Big Boss Man's autograph too often come up for sale. Usually it's a little bit higher price, but and when I was a kid, I used to get a subscription to Pro Wrestling Torch. It's kind of like a weekly, they call it like a dirt sheet that talks about wrestling. Like, everybody knows that it's a work, so the magazines kind of talk like, they don't really hold nothing back. Look at a couple of these. This came with it when I got my subscription. This Pro Wrestling Torch Insider's booklet. Real names. Glossary of insider terms. I've had that ever since. And we'll take a look at a few of the actual weekly magazine journals that came once a week. I looked forward to these coming in the mail every week. This one is over 150,000 see Inoki versus Flair in North Korea. And I have almost all of these that I got when I was a kid. They're all in pretty good shape. I said I kept most things. Hung on to most things from my childhood. And here's another one, kind of a sad one, but this one, Eddie Gilbert dies at 33 in Puerto Rico. This one's February 5th, 1995. He's once seen as one of wrestling's future bright minds, slowed by personal demons. I'll read a little bit. So I wanted to be a wrestler since I was about 4 years old, even before my dad started wrestling. When I was 12, I was writing for wrestling magazines. In 1979, I graduated from high school and wrestled my first match the next morning, Saturday morning. I remember Eddie Gilbert. I used to watch all wrestling when I was a kid. Didn't really matter what it was. It was some independent, lower budget TV show on ESPN or something. I was watching it, and I bought most of the magazines. I was really into it. It says Hogan retains against Vader. Vader kicks out of Hogan's leg drop at 1 count, then Flair interferes for disqualifying finish. And see what else. I grab a couple more. Douglas says farewell to ECW Arena fans. ECW, Heyman, Gordon reach crossroads. Okay, everybody, there's a little quick video of some of my wrestling magazines, autographs. Maybe I'll send that Big Boss Man one in. Hopefully that one comes back authentic. That'd be really cool. I'll have to find a spot for it on the wall if that's the case. And I guess until next time, well, thanks for watching.